let's talk about, if I'm a listing agent, I'm going to, look for people that want to list. I'm going to go do a listing presentation. So I'm imagining that there's a equivalent of a listing presentation with a real estate investor to find out, are they buy and hold? Are they flipper? What is that discovery process? What does that look like?
Yeah. So it's just like which we should be doing, which as an industry we don't do well enough, right? But what we should be doing is a buyer presentation to some degree with buyers, just like we do a listing presentation to listings. And we need to find out if they're really qualified to do this. So discovery is a great word for that. I really like that word because I need to discover what they are. And so I go into that some in the course. It's so important because of that first rule that they don't have to do anything, right? And so I need to find out what is going to motivate them. What are they trying to beat? If they come to me and say, I'm getting a 15% return on an annuity, then I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, I can't really help you, right? Because that's not going to be likely that I'm going to beat that in the short term over like on a buy and hold. If they're fixing and flipping, it's a little bit different story. But, so you have to understand what they're doing, what they are. And then the other thing you really have to understand is you got to be a little nosy. You got to get in their business. You got to ask some uncomfortable questions. Like, when you say you have money, what do you mean by that? And if they start saying something like, well, my partner and I, then that means my next question is, which seminar did you go to recently? Right. And so you really got to figure out the color of their money really quick. Like literally say, can you send, before I start working with an investor, before I'm going to go spend hours and hours and bring them a deal, which by the way, I could do that deal, right? If I really am knowing about investments, when I bring them one that's good enough for them, why don't I do it myself? That's a common question that you get, right? But when I bring them that deal, I need to know they can perform. And so I need like literally to see their bank account with $500,000 in the bank account, or else I need to be able to find out where they're getting that money from. Proof of funds is vitally important when working with investors.